The doc is in. Welcome to Campus Hot Takes, your #1 reliable source for misguided and misleading misinformation here at Ashland University. I'm Dr. Drake. Let's dive in. First up, breaking news from the Ashland squirrel population. Sources confirm a rogue squirrel has officially enrolled in classes. It was last seen in the student center wearing a tiny backpack and arguing with the cash register. Reports say it's majoring in nuts and political science. A brave choice. Possibly double majoring in dumpster diving. Sounds disgusting to me, but, anyways. Next up, in natural Ohio weather fashion, the wind is really off its rocker. Many students have reportedly been getting straight up gusted by this overly dense air. Now, this is quite peculiar because no one knows where it's coming from. But I'm a doctor, so you know what that means. I've got one of them hypotheses. Squirrels. That's right, folks. The squirrels have been gathering by the masses in Founders Hall to power a rather large spinny thing. Street term, a fan. Now, jumping back to serious matters. The real scandal that's rocking this campus, Convo has placed a limit on eggs. That's right, students are limited to just 2 scoops of eggs per visit. 2. Meanwhile, they give you 5 scoops of sadness and a breadstick. When asked for a comment from Convo staff, they simply whispered, eggflation. We reached out to the eggs for a comment. They declined. Sunny side, down. Quite disappointing. Now, root beer. It's fresh, it's dark, and even cooling. It won't be changing my mind on this soft, tasty drink. That's right, a family household classic, root beer. It's the drink of all things nutritious and delicious. This drink belongs everywhere, and I mean everywhere. Water, never heard of it. No added sugars, I'm the sweetest person on earth. You won't be catching me without a little sugar, right on top. Buildings, love them or hate them, they are everywhere. So how come the AU library is so tall? And why is it the tallest building in Ashland? I spoke with my elite group of experts, and the consensus was clear. But I'm not at liberty to disclose that information for legal reasons. If you find out any information or have an idea, feel free to reach out to Dr. Drake Incorporated. You won't be getting a response. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for your Campus Hot Takes. Coming up next, I tackle a very serious topic. Bagging science. You won't want to miss this. So stick around. This is The Dr. Drake Show. Welcome back. Today, I'm conducting an in-depth, highly scientific analysis of the most critical tool in retail history, the bag. Specifically, the iconic bags of Buehler's Fresh Foods. You might think all bags are created equal. Oh, you would be very, very wrong. First up, ladies and gentlemen, we have the standard plastic bag. It's classic, it's lightweight, even elegant, and conveniently transparent, so everyone can judge your snack choices. Now, typically this bag will tear instantly if you even think about putting a can in wrong. It's ideal for double bagging not just your groceries, but also your emotional baggage. It's affordable, yet emotionally fragile. It's the kind of bag that demands respect, but rarely receives it. Truly, it's the unsung hero of late-night snack runs and impulse buys at a self-checkout. You gotta love it. Next up, we have the glorious The Brown Paper Bag. Environmentally friendly with rustic charm. But once it gets remotely damp, it transforms into origami sadness. You have exactly 45 seconds between checkout and total bag collapse. It's essentially a time challenge, especially against dairy or that condensation from your frozen foods. Most likely ice cream that you said you didn't need, but you still got it anyways. Brown paper bags really do teach you a valuable life lesson about timing, resilience, and well, you know, the bitter disappointment of losing a bag of groceries mere steps from your front door. Now that's what I call a bummer. Now, ladies and gentlemen, moving on, we have the mini paper bag, also commonly known at Buehler's Fresh Foods as the wine bag. This is the luxury model, specifically designed for your finest $8 wines or a questionable energy drink choice. It gives the illusion that you've just walked out of a Whole Foods, even if you're secretly shopping on a gas station budget. It handles itself so elegantly, even more elegantly than the plastic bag, that it almost whispers sophistication. While the sturdy base cradles your bottles like it's an Olympic torch. Bonus feature, it doubles as a trendy fashion accessory. Perfect for impressing strangers in elevators or awkwardly long checkout lines. Gotta love it. Next up, not too commonly known, it's the mini plastic bag. It's small but mighty and designed exclusively to hold your gift cards and greeting cards, or, you know, maybe your last shred of patience during the holiday rush. Its tiny stature screams, "I forgot to buy you a real gift, but here's proof I at least thought about it." Surprisingly durable, but tragically adorable. It's the sort of bag you'd save just in case, knowing full well it will end up stuffed inside another larger bag and probably forgotten about until it's time for your yearly car detailing. And finally, but not the least, we have the black reusable wine bag. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is sophistication at its finest. It holds 6 bottles so comfortably and clearly is stating either you have refined taste or you have friends coming over and completely forgot you invited them. It's durable enough to handle multiple outings, yet stylish enough to hide your questionable wine choices behind an aura of mystery and class. This bag practically begs for a spotlight at dinner parties, quietly asserting your refined status as someone who absolutely knows the difference between Merlot and Cabernet, even if you secretly don't. Every bag serves a sacred purpose. As a proud bagger and connoisseur of plastic ergonomics, I have ranked them as is accordingly. The best aesthetic, well, that's got to go to the mini paper bag. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, it doesn't matter how you look at it. This thing is just so aesthetically pleasing to the eye. I mean, I see it and I almost want to cry. It's just that pleasing to the eye. Next up, most reliable, it's, you guessed it, the plastic bag. And not the mini one. I'm talking about the one with handles and the whole 9 yards. Now, you're asking yourself, why is it the most reliable? Well, you can double bag your items, and quite frankly, it's everywhere. It wouldn't be everywhere if it wasn't reliable. Now, the one that's most likely to get you judged, this one's kind of a no-brainer, it's the mini plastic bag. There's no clearer sign that you've probably forgotten to get somebody a gift than this plastic bag right here. So, watch out, the judgment's real with this one. Now, most likely to be mistaken for actual class, let's be honest, you know where I'm going with this. I gotta handle this one off to the black reusable wine bag. It's not setting good standards. It's trying to look classy, but it's really not. And lastly, the most likely to collapse in a very dramatic fashion, it is the brown paper bag. Folks, this thing's just dropping the ball. You can't rely on it. Is it nice and pleasing to the eye? Sure, but it's just not cut out for any cold products. Well, ladies and gentlemen, folks, and all things alike, it has been swell getting to show off these bags and make sure you're more prepared and informed for your next stop at the local grocery store. Coming up next, what does a day in the life of Dr. Drake actually look like? Spoiler alert, it's mostly caffeine, confusion, and highly questionable time management. So stick around, we'll be right back. This is The Dr. Drake Show.
Hello, and welcome to a day in the life of Dr. Drake. Some say I live in chaos. I like to call it structured unpredictability.
The day begins with the ancient ritual of waking up and immediately questioning every life choice I've ever made. Especially the why. Like, why am I here? Why did I blow a stop sign yesterday? Just the whys.
Hey, Axela.
Yeah, Doc.
Cancel everything. Forever.
Okay, Doc.
Hygiene is key. It's not about being clean. It's about appearing clean enough to not get weird looks in convo.
Tranquility, peace. These are just some words I use to describe places. Very far away places. On that note, let's take a look at my handy-dandy office. Welcome to my office space. Located just 3 floors above beautiful mediocrity. It's got a couple of handy-dandy features. One of them being my lab coat. Look at it go! It even has a mix-match set of chairs, a mystery smell, and, my personal favorite, a window view of views! Now, this is where the magic doesn't happen. Productivity, listen. At the end of the day, it's all about setting realistic goals that are achievable and then immediately abandoning them. To do what, you may ask? Check your emails 6 to 8 times and mindlessly scroll TikTok. I am arguably one of the most qualifiably qualified people you will ever meet. Why, you ask? Because I attended the prestigious UCLA right here in Ashland, Ohio. I even have a diploma to really lather it on.
Now this is where real kind of magic also happens. This is where I teach myself about life, liberty, and the pursuit of entertainment. It's the only class on campus where attendance is optional. Syllabus is my Amazon wish list. And truthfully, going back to the attendance because I can, it's more optional than jury duty. I try to do many things to keep myself entertained around these parts, from wearing these beautiful sunglasses, look at those eyes, and sitting here promptly enjoying the weather. Sometimes I even rock back and forth on the swing while staring off at my fellow peers in the background, who you can't see because you're not them and you're not me. Ladies and gentlemen, I love this life here. You gotta love it. You gotta love being here on the Dr. Drake Show, in a day in the life, on the swings, Who knows what's happening behind me? I'm blind. I don't know. I could turn around, but that's not how we work. That was probably cool. I heard it. Ladies and gentlemen, after taking a nice relaxation-based class over at the lovely swings where people were cartwheeling and all sorts of fun functional things were happening, I decided it was best that I took a walk of self-journey. I've got people to my left. I've got people on my right. They're gone on my right. We're not talk about that part. Looks like somebody's stealing our stuff in the background. Ooh, sure hope our insurance will cover that. That's right, we don't have it anymore though. Ladies and gentlemen, currently we are on my favorite place to do education, and that is the quad. You gotta love it. It's great. It's 4 letters of glory. I think it's 4 letters. I didn't pass English in high school, but that's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you got people engaging in all sorts of activities. Some people are out here studying for finals. Some people are probably watching YouTube. Some people might be having a serious medical condition, but we'll address that later. Minding that though, ladies and gentlemen, my crew is doing absolutely phenomenal. They don't realize it yet, but none of them are getting paid to do this segment. Why? It's not in the budget anymore, but that's besides the point. That all being said, I must say my legs are sure getting tired after this very thorough walk, which is why I'm going to turn around here very shortly and stop talking. Gentlemen, ladies, thanks for tuning in. Here we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after a fun and relaxing day of hitting the quad, it's time for the doc to recharge, relax, and take a seat. Folks, it's been fun taking you around campus and showing you what a day in the life of the doc's really all about. That being said, apparently it's time for the next segment, which features an interview? That should be exciting, I guess, so stay tuned. You won't want to miss that interview, I assume.
Tune in to AUTV News Breaks for an update on news around the Ashland University campus, the state of Ohio, and worldwide. AUTV News Breaks, weekdays on AUTV.
Welcome back to the Dr. Drake Show, and for once, I'm not alone. Miraculously, someone agreed to appear on the show without legal representation present. Please welcome my guest, Aiden Nayak, who claims to be a digital media production major, though we've yet to see any credentials.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Drake. I was promised snacks and I think some refreshments.
And you shall be receiving none.
Okay.
Let's dive in. So, you're a DMP major. That sounds kind of made up. What does that actually mean?
Yeah, basically I'm qualified to work in studios like this one, and I run the cameras, and I even direct shows like this. And, if you've seen it here, I know how it works and what's supposed to do, so I could practically be in charge of this. You know, it wouldn't be that hard.
Very fascinating. Well, we won't be hiring you.
Okay.
On another note, though, I once studied advanced bagging theory under Professor Carton. Not sure if you've heard of him.
Is that
Great
right?
guy.
No.
Barely made it out alive. There was a quiz on double bagging gallon jugs during the holidays.
Yeah, I've heard tales of a one-handed milk bag flip. Not sure if that's the same, but I hear it's a legendary myth.
Myth? That technique saved a Thanksgiving line in 2022.
Oh, that's pre-COVID.
Yes, sir. Well, all right, we're going to keep moving along here. We're getting to my favorite part. It's time for a quick game I like to call Real Class or Fake Class. I'm going to read the name of a college course. You're going to tell me if it's real,
Okay.
or if I made it up in a fever dream fueled by dining hall mac and cheese. You ready?
Hit me.
All righty. Each one comes with a bit of context to help or confuse you. No pressure, just your credibility on the line.
Let's hear him, Doc.
Alrighty, course 1, tree climbing. Yes, indeed, climbing trees. This class includes harness training, canopy navigation, and even safety certifications. It's allegedly taught at a small Ivy League-ish school where students willingly scale oaks for credit. So tell me, is this a legit college course, or did I watch too many Tarzan reruns?
Okay, so advanced tree climbing. When I first started off my freshman year, I almost majored in, it was like environmental science and botany and, psychology and nursing. And this was one of the prereqs for it, I believe. I might be wrong. I came in with AP credit, so it wasn't necessary that I take it, but I'm gonna say this is a real one. I remember this.
Now that's what I call a response and a half right there. Ladies and gentlemen, he's right.
Yep,
that
that's
one
right.
is indeed
That's
a
right.
real course. Jumping on.
The other day, I actually was outside and I was looking at the trees.
Really?
True story.
How many?
Okay, Drake, let's ask the questions.
Okay. Question 2, Bagging 101, handle alignment.
Okay.
This course dives into the intricacies of plastic tension, load balancing, and the emotional trauma caused by poorly bagged canned goods. I may have submitted this to the Ohio State Curriculum Committee 3 times already. They keep denying it. But I think they're intimidated by the depth of theory involved. What do we think?
Yeah, that's a real one. No. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my first answer. I'm gonna say that one's a real one. Hey, you said bagging?
Bagging 101, handle alignment.
No, not real. Fake.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got us a real A-grade superstar, because he's right again. That is a fake course.
Yeah, I was actually at the grocery store yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Me too. You get groceries there, don't you?
Next question.
Okay. Question 3, the physics of Star Trek. That is
Okay.
the course name. The syllabus includes warp
I
drives.
don't need to hear the syllabus.
You don't even
This
hear
one's real.
This one's real. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy thinks he's so smart, he can just dodge all of our questions and jump right through, or I suppose all of our answers.
Nice
Well-
going.
Listen, this is my show, pal.
Sorry.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, in another twist of fate, he's right again.
Shocker.
This one's real.
Shocker.
Moving on to question 4. This one's a fun one.
Okay.
Arguing with Judge Judy. Subtitle for this one, Popular Logic on TV Court Shows. This course apparently focuses on how televised justice warps public understanding of legal reasoning. It has a 4.8 rating on Rate My Professor. There's even a bonus unit on the People's Court. So, is this real logic or just reality TV lawyering?
It sounds crazy, but oddly plausible. That's a real class, Drake. Final answer.
You sure?
Positive.
Ladies and gentlemen, holy guacamole, do we
yeah.
have another right one?
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, this guy's on fire. Let's see if he can go.
Well, actually, on the,
5 for 5.
topic of the legal system, what do you think actually went down with the whole OJ case?
Let's stick to the questions
Okay,
and the
sorry.
script here, Mr. Nyack.
Sorry. What's the next one?
We're running a comedy show,
Oh my.
not
Go
myth
ahead,
and
hit me.
theory. Now, question 5, ladies and gentlemen. Our course, Coping with Group Projects, Survival Tactics. Designed for introverts and control freaks alike, perhaps like yourself, it covers
I'm a freak.
strategies like ghosting, passive-aggressive Google Doc comments, and making peace with doing all the work yourself. The final is just one question. Was it worth it?
No.
You sure?
Is it real?
You tell me. You get one final
No,
selection.
it's not real.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't believe it. This guy
Come on.
is certifiably
Come on.
one of the smartest people we've ever
Come
had on
on.
this show.
Easily.
I'm going to be honest with you, though. I'm not even really sure I know which ones are real.
Okay. Glad we
Now-
took the time to play that game, Drake.
Oh, I'm sure we did. It was a great, fun, and enjoyable
I had a
experience.
good time.
Well, minding all that, though, you have survived the gauntlet of questionable academia.
What do I get?
Hold your horses.
Okay.
One of these days, I plan to get involved with Bagging 101 and get it approved. You're going to owe me royalties. So is everybody in the
I'd
studio.
take that class. I'd take that class.
Oh, I'm sure you would,
I'd
because
take
you
that
already
class.
are.
I'm all class, Drake. I'm all class.
I don't know if those were my words.
Okay.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, the final exam, Convo at 4.
Pass.
That's all we got to say.
Pass.
Oh, you'll be there.
No, pass.
All right, well, Mr. Nyack, before I set you free
Yes.
back into the wilds of Ashland, Is there any advice for surviving college life? And, it could be serious or it could be don't trust the squirrels. It's up to you.
I don't know what to put here. Oh, sorry, I was reading off the teleprompter. I would say enjoy your time. Don't go to classes. Pursue people 2 years younger than you are, unless you're a freshman. And enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. We're only here for 4 years. Some of us are here for a little longer, 7 to 8, but that's all right too. I'm figuring it out. My dad doesn't understand my career goals and prospects. And he said I could work through his office in the long run, but we don't have that kind of relationship, and I'd be worried there'd be conflict and a little bit of infighting. My mom and him don't get along. But I'd say enjoy your time here, because that's what college is all about.
Inspirational. Truly. I might get that tattooed. Tattooed? I don't know. Right above my student debt, though. Well, folks, that's all we have time for today.
No!
I want to give a huge thanks to our guests, My Degree, and the Ashland Wi-Fi for holding out. Just barely. We'll be back soon with more nonsense and more structured unpredictability and more hot takes on your professor's LinkedIn page. Until next time, stay weird, stay caffeinated, and always, always double bag your bread.